up, Roxstars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with the review for Love and Hip Hop New York Season 7, Episode 4. Yeah, I'm breaking up these videos today, y'all. I don't feel like having no long-ass video and all of that, so you're gonna get Season 7, Episode 4, then I'm gonna go back and record 5, and then I'm gonna try to get Empire. Bitch, we doing 3 videos a day. Yes, we are. Okay, it's 7:45, so I'm about to do these 2 videos, and then I'm probably gonna do Empire at lunch. So yeah, I'm on it today, bitch. I got my notes. I'm ready, so let's get to it, shall we? So Mariah Lynn, you guys know she is with DJ Excited Self. He is ready to take her to the next level, and she says that she thinks it's time for her music to go there as well. Y'all know that she ain't with Ra no more. You know, she's going to be officially a part of Gwenin Entertainment, and that she plays her cards right. You know what? He would like for her to be the first lady of Gwenin. Mariah Lynn tells us, you know, she can't complain, that Excited Self has done a lot for her in her career. I guess he plays her music in New York. Alex tells me that, you know, she's like a local rap star there, kind of like Rashida is here in Atlanta. So, you know, she recognizes that he's done that for her, but she just has to make sure that, you know, whoever she signs with has her best interests at heart. But sounds good, Excited Self. Just let me think about it. And he was like, that's fine, you can think about it. All right, but you know, don't think too long, because this train is moving, baby. You better get on it when you can. All right, you guys, so Richie Dollaz, you know, old man Rich. I was like, I don't know what didn't happen over the, you know, this last break, but Rich look old now. Brother, you look a little too old for this show. Yeah, Rich Dollaz said he is a changed man to prove that he wants to have another chance at watching his daughter. Y'all know that last time went a little south. So, his daughter Ashley and what the baby mama name is, Miracle. They in town. They're gonna give him another chance. You know what? Ashley can stay with you this summer, but it's gonna be some rules. You know, Richie Dollaz was like, rules? And he's, yep, rules. First of all, you see how she look now? I want her to stay just like that. No tattoos. We ain't got no piercings. None of that. Please keep an eye on her. Don't let her go out and do that shit. Second thing, it's a curfew. Mama tried to put her foot down, you know, 1,000 miles away or whatever. She has a 10 o'clock curfew in Tennessee. We're gonna go on and stretch that out to 10:05. So Richie, you know, he's all like, you can't be telling me what to do, but he realizes that, you know, Miracle's just doing this out of love, and you know what, he's with it. Anyway, it's fine. He ain't trying to get into no mess anyway, you know. Ashley is gonna be working for him, interning, you know, because he want Ashley to take over the empire. I was like, the empire of naught. Hey, what do he got? You know, he said he got his modeling thing, and he got his alcohol, and he got his restaurant. So Ashley, you know, she's next in line to be the heir to the throne, obviously. So she gonna be working, interning, and all of that. Mama say fine with that. What about the creep squad? Oh, I don't do that creep shit no more. I got me a woman. Ashley's like, a woman? Yep, I got a girl. Her name Jade. She real cool, real good. First thing they ask is, how old is she? You know, he glazes over that. Oh, you know what? She real nice. She ain't in the social media like Moniece was. So, you know, we ain't got to worry about her blasting off and doing all of that. Okay, just glazed right over that age thing. I was just like, okay, here we go. Later on, we finally meet old Jade. You know, Rich has Ashley at the house, and he was like, you know, Jade is gonna come over today. Now Ashley didn't know that she was coming, so she was already caught off guard. The doorbell ring, here come Jade. You know, she's some little young tart looking, you know, got on some little sweater, some shorts. Ashley is just like, As soon as Jade sit down, you know, Ashley put it to the test. She asking her all these questions like, you know, what do you do? She says that she's a paralegal. You know, she's been doing it for 3 years. I said, okay, that's good. You know, she says, but I'm 24 years old. I said, here we go. That motherfucker always at the goddamn playground. 24? Rich has to be somewhere near my age. Somewhere between 40 and 45. You are too fucking old for 24. And then you look at this girl, and I'm just like, you can already tell he needs to be with somebody older than that. I was just like, this is a fucking mess. As soon as she said 24, Ashley was just like, Steady talking about how, you know, her and Rich is good, and they've talked about her moving across country and possibly even getting engaged. I said, in 6 months? Girl, you ain't learned from all the shit that Rich been through with all these other hoes on the damn show. Now here you come, just stupid. Ashley was just like, oh, okay. You know what? I got a problem with you already, okay? You coming here, you trying to meet me. Common sense seems like you would try to be putting your best foot forward. You coming here with these old short-ass booty shorts. What kind of impression you trying to make? I was like, if a child 16 years old knows this, I mean, what did Rich think? Kardashian's not gonna respect that girl. She's 24. She's not even 10 years older than his daughter. So she was just like, whatever. So Jade, she's all upset, saying that she was being rude. No, she's being realistic. Girl, you need to not be fucking around with this old ass man. Get worms if you want to. Shit. I know y'all waiting on the Snoop voice. I've given it up. I can't get it. I cannot get it, y'all. I be practicing. I just throw it out. I just start talking. That's almost it right there. But, I cannot get I can't get it, you guys. So I'm sorry. I'm clocking out right here. Anyway, she say she feeling bad about the shit that went down with Sophie Green. Maybe she did get too cozy. She wants Sophie Green to be over at Gorgeous Gangster. Entertainment, but not at the expense of her relationship with Jay. So she tells Sophie that, all that strawberry shit, it just about ruined her relationship. Sophie says, well, shit, that was nothing but business. I mean, I did that with everybody. That ain't nothing special that I was doing with you. Snoop was just like, okay, well, I mean, even if it is, yet and still, I'm gonna need you to just I'm gonna pass you off to Jewel Santana. You know who that is, don't you? Sophie was just like, yeah, I know who that is, and I appreciate it, because I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm trying to do my music, and I got my podcast, and I'm doing this and that and the other. Okay, bitch got 10 job. Hey, man. But, I need somebody that's going to believe in me. Like, I thought you and I was going to work together. Like, you don't believe in me no more? That's when Snoop was just like, well, maybe I was a little too hasty in trying to help Sophie Green. She starts thinking about it like, maybe I should be trying to be here for Sophie. I'm going to give her a second chance. I'm going to try to get her this acting gig. So Snoop makes good on her promise, and she gets an audition for Sophie Green. The damn man that was auditioning her, I was like, he looked like he's a fucking creep. He's all just like, well, you know what we want, right? Oh, yeah. I'm looking at you right now. You look good. I was just like, nigga, if you don't take this bitch in the back room, shit. Anyway, Sophie is at her audition. She's about to read for it, and then we see Jay, okay? She in the car, and she say, she know how these hoes are. She got the check up on bitches that's trying to, push up on her girl. She found out where Sophie Green was, and she gonna roll up on the audition, okay? I guess the set ain't closed. Motherfuckers can just walk in when they want to, and you trying to get an audition on. I said, Mona, bitch. She walk up in there. Sophie sitting there with just some lone table. Jay was just like, hey. And Sophie was like, hey, do I know you? Bitch, you about to know her. She was just like, no, you don't know me, but you know my girl. Okay, Snoop. Bitch, I got a problem with you feeding my girl strawberries. Don't be doing that shit no more. Sophie was just like, what are you talking about? This is business. Anybody trying to get with your girl? I am a woman doing business, okay? I don't chase these bitches. I chase money. What's wrong with you? Don't you know women supposed to support women? Okay, that's what Snoop is doing for me. She's supporting me in what I want with your insecure ass. Jay was just like, oh, wait a minute, what? You mean to tell me that Snoop is the one that got you this fucking audition? I've been up here, I done sacrificed and left my baby on the porch back in Chicago, and she out here getting you jobs and ain't did shit for me. I'm thinking to myself like, what does Jay do? All this time she just been saying that she's there for her in a relationship. She ain't said nothing about Snoop supposed to be getting her some work. Now Jay really pissed. Okay, bitch, miss me with the women support woman, okay? Because I am a woman and you a fucking hoe. That's when they start arguing. Sophie is arguing with Jay across the table, and Jay starts to push the table. I said, oh shit. Girl, what you fixing to do now? Sophie was just like, bitch, you don't want it with me. Don't do it. Don't do it. You got just foolishness. Just foolishness. Of course, security comes in and they rush Jay out, and I'm just really, really sick of Jay. So after the confrontation, Jay texts Snoop, she needs to meet with him because Jay is sick of Snoop doing everything for everybody else except for her. Snoop is all excited to see, like, it's been a long time since I saw my girl. I know, y'all. I know. As soon as she sees her, Jay is just like, bitch, please, back up. I met with that $2 asshole Sophie, and she told me that you was out there getting her acting gigs and all that. What's that about? Snoop was just like, I got her that. That was just some old janky ass. I wasn't gonna put you in no shit like that. I knew that was nothing that you would stoop to. But I love your dumb ass. And you don't even trust me? And Jay was like, nope. Then Snoop was like, I ain't never had somebody love me unconditional like Jay. Yo, I think I almost got it. It's almost there. love the grit and the grind, but I think I need a little bit of a little bit of, stank in the throat area. My throat. My throat. But Snoop, she just says that she's never had anybody love her unconditionally like Jay. Usually they like Snoop from The Wire or Snoop from the TV, but not just Felicia Pearson or whatever her name is. I was like, Felicia? Bitch, you don't look nothing like a goddamn Felicia. One day she want to marry her. Jay was just like, I can't be in no committed relationship with somebody that I don't trust. So I'm going to have to put you on probation 30 days, see how you act, and then we'll go from there. All right, you guys, so Judy and Yandy meet to talk about, what happened at the last little meeting that Judy had with Kim and Samantha and Erica, and how, Kim had almost had this heart attack. Yandy was just like, what? She had a heart attack? She was just like, yeah, and I'm not really trying to have a bitch die or nothing. I just want everybody to get along together and, all for the best of the kids. Yandy was just like, yeah, we got to get this together. Judy was just like, well, little Mendeecees is about to graduate. Maybe you can go to the party. I know they're having a party for him, and they'll have the kids, and they ain't gonna be able to deny it then, just kind of sneak in like that. Yandy was just like, okay, that's what we'll do. So Erica is at Lil Mendeecees' party with Samantha and Kim, and they talking. Kim saying that she's feeling better, but the way they stress her the fuck out all the time, she just can't be around that no more. This whole thing with Yandy and Judy and Mendeecees and Samantha and Erica, Lil Mendeecees, it's just too much for her. So she already knows that she can't get herself too involved anymore. So Yandy gets there. I'm not really clear if they invited her or not, but whatever. She's there with the kids like, hey, the kids all happy to see each other. Kim already is just like, let me take the babies. We're going to go off and play, okay? And y'all stay here. Yandy was just like, it feels like a setup, but you know what? Let's get it done. So she sits down, and we got the same shit, okay? Samantha's gripe is, you know what? You overstep. You try to act like you the mother and that I'm not taking care of my child. You don't pay no fucking bills over where I am. I work every day, and I'm making sure I'm providing for my son. You need to quit acting like you are my son's mother. You need to say sorry and stop acting like you my son's mother. And I'm just saying to myself, like, that's all she needs to do is say sorry. Yandy, say sorry to Samantha. That's all she wants. And do you know Yandy refuses to do that? Even when she said it then, Yandy went over that and was just like, it don't really matter. It does matter to Samantha. Like, if it's for the good of the kids, how hard is it to say, I'm sorry? Erica says, you know what? Just know your place. Tell the truth. You go on and on about Samantha and about the kids and everything, and you lying. Yandy, you done? Erica was just like, nope. I was like, see, this is why we not gonna get nowhere, because Yandy's slick in the mouth. Bitch, no, I'm not done. She rude as hell. You making the situation worse. Then Erica starts to go into the whole thing about when she was pregnant, and then Yandy got pregnant 10 months later, and Yandy knew she was in a relationship with Mendeecees, and Yandy was just like, baby, you was nothing more than a slide, okay? He told me that y'all was messing around or whatever, but it wasn't nothing serious, and he had already told you he was with me, okay? Erica was like, bitch, that is not what I was, okay? I had shit in my name, houses and cars, and Yandy was just like, yeah, that's all what slides do, bitch. That ain't nothing new, okay? But it don't even matter, because nothing you say is going to make me change my mind about my husband, okay? I believe what my husband said, okay? Everything is about her husband, She wants to be able to hold her hand up and show her ring, okay? She's the wife. All right, even though they're not married right now. People in my comments was saying, oh, they don't blame Yandy, that she was going to have to pay this child support, and, they not trying to let no bitch get their money and all that. Look, I'm not trying to let a bitch get my money either. I am not mad that Yandy and Mendeecees did not get married, okay? If I knew that some old bitter ass baby mamas was coming after me, then I all for it. Bitch, don't get married. My whole problem is, why the fuck go through this whole charade of this big ass wedding and have it on TV and all of this, and you not fucking married? At the end of the day, you are a baby mama just like the rest of them. him. You just wanted to have this whole big show because you wanted to be able to call yourself the wife. And you wanted to make these baby mamas feel much lower than they are. Okay, when in reality, you right on the same level with him. Now, I'm not saying that Mendice is going to leave Yandy or whatever. I don't know what's going to happen there. Obviously, he wants to be with Yandy and not with Erica. And Samantha don't even want him. Samantha just wants a sorry. Erica is the one who is kind of playing herself because, like I said, at the end of the day, you know, Yandy won. We believe you. I believe that you had a relationship with Mendice. I believe it was motherfuckers fucking around and doing all of this. And he, you know, got swooped up and that's who he wanted to be with Yandy. But you just keeping on trying to prove this point and, you know, going on and on and on, girl, it's just kind of making you look bitter. I wish they would drop it because we already know Yandy and Mendice is not married. So it's just one big lie. So, but Erica was just like, you know what, bitch, you want to keep on talking slick. I'm going to get the fuck up out of here, but I'm coming for your ass. I was just like, yeah, it ain't nothing like a woman scorned. Cardi B is in the studio and, you know, pull up on me, pull up on me, whatever the way the song damn goes. She's practicing, you know, some freestyling in the studio, and she has Swift's phone, okay, because obviously her phone doesn't work and there's no pen and paper around the studio for her to write her ideas down. She likes to put them in Swift's phone. So of course, while she has his phone, he gets a text from Wifey. Okay, and who would Wifey be? Well, that would be his girlfriend over in London. Cardi sees this. Who is this bitch? The girl saying shit like, are you with Cardi? I hope you ain't fucking her, something like that. You know, Cardi, why is she talking shit about me? So Swift comes in. Cardi, why is this bitch talking about me? You know, who is Wifey and all that? He was like, that's my girlfriend. Okay, well, why she got all this shit to say about me? When I see her, I'm gonna fuck her up. I'm just like, yeah, I can't get with this whole nigga mentality. You gonna fuck up the girlfriend, she's mad at you because you're with her man? I mean, what the fuck do you mean? Most women, when they find out that their man is with somebody else, they have a problem with that said woman, right? But whatever, Cardi says, when I see the bitch, if I ever see her, you know what, I'm beating her ass because she be saying inappropriate. I say inappropriate? Inappropriate stuff about me. So when I see her, I'm beating her ass. Know that, even though she in London. But guess what? She not in London. Swift says that she comes to visit. We meet all Asia. Okay, I ain't even gonna attempt to get Asia's. She got like a. She has like an English accent, but then a British accent, but then she also has like you can hear like some African that's mixed in with this. So her accent is very hard to get. Anyway, Asia come to town. Asia tell us that they've been together for 3 years. She ain't seen him in 8 months. I said, Asia, why are you trying to have this relationship with Swift? And of course, she's one of them, you know, naggy kind of girlfriends. Just like, I can't even do the cry, but it was this almost Candy / Kenya broke up, you know, with a little bit of English twist on the end cry. And she's upset that Swift hasn't been defending her and that he has been letting Cardi say and do whatever and that he doesn't respect the relationship and respect her. I was just like, oh my God, girl, why are you trying to be with somebody in the United States and you ain't seen him in 8 months, but you trying to make this long distance relationship work? Girl, you the fool. You better go get you a new man. Quit fucking around with him. He says, look, it's nothing. Okay, we about to go on this tour, but I'm not doing nothing with Cardi. Okay, you gonna get your ass on the Virgin Atlantic plane, take it on back to London. I'm about to go on tour. It's all good. She says, okay. So then we see Cardi, she's on tour. I guess it starts in New York. Okay, and after her performance, supposedly her and Swift was going back to the hotel to listen to some beats or something. And surprise, surprise, Asia's there. Asia didn't go home. You know, she wanted to be there for her man, so she's in the hotel room. And when they walk in, okay, of course, here's the confrontation. Cardi goes up to her like, "Is this the bitch that was talking about me?" And Asia was just like, I would be that bitch. And Cardi was just like, fuck it. You know what? I'm tired of motherfuckers talking about me. And she just swings on her. Boom, 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 boom. And here comes this security. Everybody's, you know, trying to wrestle them down and all of that. I was like, why is Cardi fighting her again? Because the way I see it is, Cardi was messing with Swift. Cardi was still with Tommy. Swift had a girlfriend. Swift didn't tell Cardi about the girlfriend. Cardi flirted with Swift. Swift flirted with Cardi. Cardi kissed Swift. Cardi admitted that she has feelings for Swift. Cardi finds out about girlfriend. Cardi confronts girlfriend on social media. What the fuck exactly does Cardi expect? This is this man's girlfriend. You are up here with her man. Now, I understand that, you would be upset that the girl was saying shit about you, but fuck, Swift is the one that's lying. It seems like you would be more upset with Swift than with the girlfriend. But that would be too much like right. So we get all the ghetto hood antics, keep my name out your mouth. And you know what? I wasn't fucking your man, but I'ma fuck him now. And Swift, how can you let her talk about me like this? And how can you do that? Swift over there just stressed the fuck out, okay? He don't know what to do. He ain't saying shit to nobody. They finally get Cardi out the room. And the girlfriend, she go break down on the floor like, I can't even look at you right now. I can't even believe you're doing this. I can't even do this. She's all upset. Swift still looking at her. Okay, she's like, I'm leaving. I got to get out of here. She leaves out. Okay, she take this slow ass stroll to the door. I guess she was hoping that Swift would grab her arm and say, baby, don't do that. But honey, Swift still just over there like, oh my God. And so she walk out, she leave. I said, if that wasn't some full of fucking niggatry, bitch, I know something. Alright, you guys, so that is it. Video number 1 done. Okay, I got to hurry up and get this second part done so I can take my ass on to work. I get to get my coffee in and get to work. Y'all make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm itsrox. The channel's for itsrox. Everything else to do will be in the bottom bar. Alright, so I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Until next time, Rockstars. Bye.